Pennsylvania Highway 309. Historic United States Highway 309. Yeah. Alright, Pennsylvania Highway 309 is a connector between Philadelphia and other areas across eastern Pennsylvania, such as Allentown and Wilkes-Barre. Let's have a look at the map. As you can see, the road goes from the Philadelphia city limits, although it comes pretty close to the edge of the city limits. But the road travels up past many different towns and intersects with many different major routes, and goes up to Monroe Township, where it ends into the northern bit of PA 29, which I covered. You're watching the Xavier 456. I post new highway content every week. If you like this kind of content, then go ahead and smash the like button. And if you really like it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn on those notifications. Alright, I must remind you that you can request your exit or intersection for the next episode down in the comments below. Next week, we'll be doing PA 378. Alright, first we're going to be talking about northbound PA 309. So we're going to start here on PA 611. And as we can see, we get a 2 north PA 309 shield here. This is actually where the road starts. I looked on Google Maps and it tells me that. But PENNDOT says this goes to the road, and as it doesn't start here. Weird. Here's where you do get a direction shield without a 2. This first section we get after running on surface streets is a freeway. And as we can see, the first exit we get is for PA 152, which is signed for Easton Road and Glenside. If we take a look off of this exit, we can see northbound is signed for Fort Washington.
Turnpike cities I hate. Turnpike cities are not great.
Yeah, they affect state routes as well. Here we get a laundry list of exits up to Fort Washington with Paper Mill Road, PA 73, and PA Turnpike in Fort Washington. Here is where we meet the Turnpike, I-276, and we can see Fort Washington also on there because this is the name of the interchange. And here we get another laundry list of exits after that. We get Highland Avenue, Susquehanna Road, and Norristown Road. Here is where we split with North US 202, which is getting signed for Doylestown. And we, at this point, are now signed for Quakertown. So, does Allentown exist? Apparently to PENNDOT, no. But what are they doing here? I think they're putting Allentown on I-476 and not on any other route like this. And unfortunately, there's no mileage signs that'll tell you that Allentown is this far away. We just get Quakertown. Here we meet with Business US 202, and we get a straight up arrow for PA 309. We also get a road sign with DeKalb Pike and Upper State Road. Here we split off of US 202 Business and PA 463 here in Montgomeryville as we continue north. And then just not too far up, the freeway portion starts back up again, and our first exit is for PA 113 for Souderton. At random interchanges in this freeway portion, we're still signed north for Quakertown. Quakertown is fairly sizable, but I still think it should be Allentown. And here's the reason that we signed Quakertown. PA 663 and 313. 663 is going to the left and 313 is going to the right into Quakertown. And at this very same intersection, PA 309 is finally getting signed for Allentown, 16 miles away. Glad to see that. And here is where we meet I-78, signed east for Bethlehem, that should be New York City. We also get another ramp for PA 145 north, getting the Kentucky treatment for South 4th Street. And we are joining up with westbound I-78, which is signed for Harrisburg, and we are signed for Tamaqua. Those are the correct choices in my opinion. Here's where we split off with West 78 signed for Harrisburg and North 309 to I-476 Pennsylvania Turnpike Northeast Extension for Tamaqua. And here is where we meet with US 22, which is signed west for Harrisburg, correct, and east for Bethlehem, incorrect. That should be Easton because New York City should be on I-78. On direction signs, we are still getting Tamaqua signed, along with Schnecksville in this particular one. And then here's another direction sign with Tamaqua still being signed, 24 miles away. Although, when we reach a mileage sign, Tamaqua is on the top line at 24 miles away, and Hazleton is on the bottom line at 36 miles away. Well done, PENNDOT. That is a really good control city for this route. And that holds up on another mileage sign. And another. And another. Oh! Now we get Tamaqua and New Ringgold. New Ringgold is our new primary because of PA 443 since we joined up with it. Why did Hazleton disappear? Why are you favoring this other route instead of 309? Luckily, when we do split off, Hazleton does come back onto the bottom line, and that's the way it should be. Now, the reason we signed Tamaqua is because we meet with US 209. and we don't get any control cities in the town itself, but we do get these overhead shields. Here we meet with I-81, which is signed for Harrisburg, correct? But Hazleton, you know what? We are one exit south of Hazleton, and I know 81 is still slightly faster for Hazleton, and there are exits, but you know, Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, one of the two. And what do they do to avoid putting Hazleton on PA 309 here? They put McAdoo! McAdoo! Why is Hazleton not on this? Hazleton for 309, Scranton or Wilkes-Barre for 81. Period. End of story. Although, when we get a mileage sign right after the interchange, McAdoo is on the top line at only 1 mile, and Hazleton is back on the bottom line at 5 miles, and has always been on the bottom line since that last mileage sign. Here's a look at downtown Hazleton. We haven't seen this city yet. Off of I-80, PA 309 is getting signed for Hazleton, and north for Mountain Top. And I think Mountain Top could be okay. I would argue Wilkes-Barre, but Wilkes-Barre or Scranton, either of the two would be fine on I-81. In Mountain Top, we meet with PA 437, which doesn't get any control cities here. And now we join up with northbound I-81 for a bit, and when we split off, we are signed for Wilkes-Barre because we have certain exits that are going into the center of the city. Here are a few exits we get: north PA 315 and south PA 309 Business to Kidder Street. Wilkes-Barre City Center use exit 2, don't know why it doesn't say exit 2 there, and the actual exit itself. And PA 309 North here is now signed for Back Mountain. You know that's not on PA 309 at all. Choose something else. And here we get some more exits to US 11 for Kingston and 44, as opposed to other towns like Berwick, Bloomsburg, or Scranton, or Pittston. We also get an exit for Luzerne, and 309 North is now signed for Dallas. And no, not Dallas, Texas, but Dallas, Pennsylvania. And that is a much better choice than Back Mountain. Here's where we split with PA 415, and we also get some helpful information for PA 118. And we now go northbound. This is the Dallas interchange. And here is where we end at PA 29 Northern, as we don't get any control cities here. And now let's turn around and talk about southbound PA 309. Here is where we split with PA 29, heading southbound for Harvey's Lake, and also signed for Williamsport, which is insane because of PA 118. I really enjoy seeing that there. And South PA 309 is getting signed for Wilkes-Barre. Here in Dallas, we are meeting PA 415, and it's going to be going north, and we are going to be continuing south if we turn left instead of right. Here we cross over the Susquehanna River, and we got a nice view of downtown Wilkes-Barre in the distance. Here's where we meet with I-81, signed north for Scranton, good. South for Hazleton, Harrisburg should be. Why don't you think we have a capital? We also get a straight ramp for South PA 115. Also, where is PA 309 on this 81 South? We should be getting information about PA 309. We are becoming concurrent with southbound 81 here. And once we do split off of I-81, we get signed south for Mountain Top. Wilkes-Barre is also thrown on there for another road heading northbound, but Mountain Top should be Hazleton, and Hazleton on I-81 should be Harrisburg. They're doing everything they can to keep Hazleton on I-81. But in Mountain Top, we do get Hazleton signed 18 miles away. That's good to see. Blah. Double blah. After Hazleton, we then get our first mileage sign with Hometown on the top line and Tamaqua at the bottom line. They're only 2 miles apart. In Tamaqua, we meet with US 209. We don't get any signage right here, as I can see this angle, but whatever. Here we get another mileage sign with Lehighton on the top line. This is because of PA 443. And Allentown is at least our bottom line at 32 miles, that's good to see. And Allentown holds up on another mileage sign with New Tripoli on the top line at 8 miles. Here we meet with US 22, signed for Harrisburg, and now east for Allentown. What? That's not how you're gonna get to Allentown. Sign Easton. Once we split off of I-78, we are signed 309 south for Quakertown. And I think Quakertown could be okay this direction. But on this mileage sign, Quakertown appears on the top line, and Philadelphia is on the bottom line, 50 miles away. And this is on a state route. This is a case of a rare Pennsylvania W. I am glad to see Pennsylvania's largest city on this state route. And it holds up as we get this 2 US 202 shield, which is getting signed for Norristown and Doylestown. We get Philadelphia 22 miles away. Even when we split with the Bethlehem Pike, we get Philadelphia on an overhead pull-through. That is amazing. Here we meet the Turnpike 276 just getting PA Turnpike and Toll Road. We're still getting Philadelphia at this interchange, now signed 4 miles away. And here we continue on to another surface street into Philadelphia. Now, PENNDOT won't do it, but the city of Philadelphia is nice enough to give us an NPA 309 shield. And it's happening in 4/10 of a mile. Even the city of Philadelphia can't resist using weird mileage distances. What the heck? Alright, that'll be it for PA 309. Thanks for watching. Next, we're going to be doing something a lot shorter. PA 378. I will see you all then, and may peace be with you.